So, yeah, right. So, first and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We say, double on apostle and elders of great Masonry, well, the teachers of apostle in the truth, and we say salutations, solely Akam, we say pushing the wood and truth and sincerity day in and day out, and constantly in season or season, we say shalom. Once again, going into a video here, and it's basically touching upon this article here, where it states tapeworms found in brain of U.S. man who ate undercooked bacon. So, now, the picture that I saw, let me see if I could, man, alright, so this is technically what the headline I wanted to get. It says, man in Florida had tapeworms in brain from raw pork. Now, we are seen as such, I believe I did a video upon something along these lines a good while ago, where someone also got, worms in their brain from eating pork, right? Now going back into the article here. Now this is the reason why the Lord give us particular meats that we're supposed to eat and particular meats that we're not supposed to eat. Things we're supposed to stay away from, right? And when you go into the reasons why the Lord tell us to stay away from these things, you get to understand, right? But outside there they want to eat every single thing, right? Especially Jakes. Jakes is want to be eating pork, squid, lobster. Lobster, manikou. Manikou is which in the US, I believe they call it possums, right? In the Caribbean here, we say there's called manikou. Now, majority of the wild meat that Jakes consider to eat, like iguana and all these things. These are things that the Lord told us we're supposed to stay away from, because these meats are unclean. And just like this here, it's so easy to get tapeworms in the brain, and there are many other worms and many other sicknesses you can get from eating pork, cooked pork, or worse yet if it ain't cooked, right? So it said tapeworms found in brain of U.S. man who ate undercooked bacon, right? It's a parasitic larva discovered after unexplained weekly migraines failed to respond to medication. It's a parasitic tapeworm larva have been found in man's brain following weeks of worsening migraines, which researchers believed were caused by his consumption of undercooked bacon. It said in a report released last week, the American Journal Case Reports documented an unidentified 25-year-old American man who was experiencing weekly migraines that were unresponsive to medication. The man denied traveling to high-risk areas for food security and lived at home. The man denied traveling to high-risk areas for food security and lived at home with his wife and cat in a modern home. According to the report, upon further questioning, the man revealed that he did have a preference for lightly cooked, non-crispy bacon, which he ate for most of his life. It said following a CT scan on the man, Florida researchers found numerous fluid-filled sacs or cystic foci, right? It said in his brain, with no mass effects of a possible tumor growing on his brain or hydrocephalus, a buildup of fluids in brain cavities. Researchers were suspicious for congenital most likely I could pronounce this word, neuroglial cyst, right? So it is basically, say after being admitted to the hospital, the man tested positive. After being admitted to the hospital, the man tested positive for cyst antibodies. He was then diagnosed with neurocysticercosis, a preventable parasitic infection caused by larval systems from the pork tapeworm, right? So, and this is the thing. It will play. It must have so much of people outside here that have migraines and headaches, and they must just have worms in the brain from eating so much of pork, right? And this is the reason why the Lord told us about certain meats that we're supposed to stay away from. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, Outside from verse 1, it say, and the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Right? So he's telling us this is the beast that we shall eat. He say, whatsoever part of the hoof and is cloven footed and chew with the cud among the beasts that shall ye eat. He said, nevertheless, ye shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof. And as the camel, so we're not supposed to eat camel, and now camel meat is something that's been sold literally all over the place, right? It say, because he chewed the cud but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. So literally, what the Lord telling us, right, is that we're not supposed to be eating the camel because it could be unclean unto us, right? It say on the kuni, because he chewed the cud but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. It say on the hare, because he chewed the cud but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, though he divided the hoof, right? Though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he chewed not the cud, he is unclean unto you. So one time the Lord telling us that we're not supposed to be eating the swine, where you call it pork, ham, pigtail, whatever it is, we're not supposed to be eating swine at all. And what you read, and again, because it unclean unto us, and they could see how unclean this particular meat is. It has so much of sicknesses that it is actually get from eating pork, right? So much of sicknesses that you wouldn't believe. Some only have arthritis and all these things because of the worm that has come from the pork and so on. Just go and do a simple research and you will see how much that is why pork is such a like even scientists tell you stay away from pork. But again, the Lord telling you here, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. He is unclean to you. So we're not supposed to be eating. We're supposed to be staying away from that. It say, of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. So you're telling you one time we're not supposed to be eating, not supposed to be touching, and so forth and so on. So you see why we're supposed to be staying away from these things. Even it's a reason why the elites and them just want to put like it's gelatin and all these things that come from pork into certain foods that it is be eaten. You understand? Because they know it contaminates the body. They know it keeps the body sick. Right? And this is to show you how perfect the words of the Lord is that He telling you to stay away from this. And it have many reasons why you should stay away from it. And why we should stop eating the other meats that He told us not to eat. No, we completely stop. When we found out that we're not supposed to be eating, we stopped. Right? But Jake always have an excuse that why we should continue eating this, and we should continue the Lord say you can eat anything, and it's not about what goes in and what comes out. I also that excuse. One of the major things they love to say is that the Lord done away with. You understand? They love to say that the Lord's done away with when the laws stand. You understand how you know your sin if you don't have a law? It's so simple as that. But they will find anything. There is scripture that cause an ability to make the sin. It say this is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 23 verse 6. It say, let not the greediness of the belly nor the lust of the flesh take hold of me, and give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind. Right? Right? So you're telling you one time. Right? So know what? Let not the greediness of thy belly, right? Don't let it overtake you. And that is one thing when it comes to Jake. They always have an excuse for certain things, but that's basically greediness. And the Lord tell you about a glutton. Right? Let me get this next scripture here. Same book of Ecclesiasticus. Same book of Ecclesiasticus 39 verse 1, it says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and again, showing again the law, how important it is to keep the law. And understand, no, in the system, we might be able to keep everything, but the ones that we could keep, we keep. You don't need to eat pork. You understand? You don't need to eat that swine. There's so much other things that you could eat, so much other things you can stay away from. That is why so much are you also sick. You understand? As I say, migraines, things that you don't know where the sickness coming from, and don't know is the things you eat. Right? So you say, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients, and be occupied in prophecies. Now, this what I bring this forward, just to show you that he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, showing you the importance of the law, right? Showing you the importance of the law. I'm gonna bring our next scripture here. This is Deuteronomy chapter 14 verse 8. It says, and the swine, because it divided the hoof, yet chewed not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch the dead carcass. So it again telling you again that you're not supposed to be eating the swine. And it goes into how important it is to stay away from the meats that the Lord told us not to stay away from. Like majority of the things, just go and look up the things, look up the meats that the Lord told us to stay away from, and you would see why. You see why he told us that, or you would understand why the Lord told us to stay away from these things. Because majority of the meats that the Lord told us to stay away from, and the animals and so forth, you would get sick. Like for example, we're not supposed to be eating fish without scale, right? Fishes without scale are prone to getting worms, are prone to easy to spread diseases and so on, because they have nothing to protect. But they don't have that hard thing to protect anything from coming in, right? Especially like for example, like lobsters and shrimps and these things are not clean. The Lord told us to stay away from these things. Now when you go and look up what has happened is that so much of worms, so much of things. That is why it literally have a video with lobsters, have some with a lobster, a chef cooking a lobster with worms in it. You understand? And these are the things that get you sick. Tapeworms, brain worms, all this other stuff. So you see how perfect the law is. You understand? And why we're supposed to be keeping it, right? So with that, we give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. We say that one is a person that is a great person, and ruler teaches a person the truth. And we say salutations, so we pushing the good and the truth and sincerity day in and day out, and constantly in season and season. We say Shalom.